my Instagram account did get hacked, so I had to start all over. I had all of my videos on there too. But welcome to social media.
My granddaughter got her call us.
Where's she going?
Iowa City, Iowa. Nice.
That's
She
awesome.
got her call within less than a week. Wow.
That's already 3 weeks.
Oh my God. Most of them are. So I figured she was going stateside. I don't know why, but I'm glad.
We had a Britain's nephew, my daughter-in-law's nephew just got called to Billings, Montana last night too.
So cool. So cool.
They can't find garments.
I know. They're gone.
It's wild.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Garments.
Garments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of gone. Unless you're a particular really small or really big.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me grab my controller. Because they can't, what'd you say, they can't get the material from China.
They're gonna have to do something about that. So, anyway.
It is scary.
Okay,
She got her call, so she needs to run.
let's play.
I didn't give you a call either.
I know, I got them. So, any injuries, anything we need to be aware of?
I'm tipsy, but other than
You're
that-
tipsy? If you stop drinking, that helps.
Sure.
Okay, I missed you last week, but I was in California with my daughter, so it was fabulous. We're gonna move today. I know, we move all the time. Go ahead, find a seat. Sit up straight and tall. Close your eyes, take some breaths. Notice just how you feel, what your body's saying to you. How does it feel to sit up? We're kind of just checking in. And we're going to do something just a little bit different today. Put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And on an inhale, breathe into the belly and actually let the belly pull out. We don't do this very much as we want to pull that belly in so often, but inhale and let the belly just expand. And then on the next inhale, let your heart expand, your chest. Notice that when your belly expands, it usually just goes out. When your chest expands, it'll also go up. About 5 more breaths like this. Notice if your breathing is like, or try to smooth it out. Sometimes I hear breathing that sounds like this. Yeah.
Singing yourself.
Yeah. As your breath smooths, notice if you kind of feel a little more at ease. There is a kind of feeling over your body, over your day. And then go ahead and just let the hands come down in your lap. Keep your eyes closed and continue to breathe. We're going to do one more type of breath that might be a little different. We're going to exhale through our mouths. We're going to do some quick ones. We're going to do some long, drawn out ones, okay? A quick one would sound like this. Okay, a long, drawn out one will. So, have some fun. We're playing around today. Inhale. Short. Inhale long. Still out through your mouth. It'll make an H-A-ha sound. Inhale. Do another long one. You don't have to breathe at the same time I am. Please breathe when you are going to breathe. Do another short one. And another long one. And then just breathe normal. In and out, mouth closed, through the nose. I love what happens when we practice breathing. Go ahead and blink open the eyes. Good. So when we practice our breathing like that, I feel a couple of things happen. What did you guys notice? That means you can respond.
Relaxing.
Yeah, you start to relax. How about with the short one? What did you notice there?
I didn't want to open my eyes on that one.
You didn't want to open your eyes. No, it's like, this is heavenly. Ah. Short one, did you notice anything? The short one can be done if you are just like, right? Maybe you don't ever get that way. That's just something I feel. But sometimes we're just like, oh yeah, I remember, right? So we have this breath, 24/7, it's just here. I go, oh yeah, I'm here. Okay, I got this. One of the things that when we connect with that breath and when we focus on it, so we could be breathing, which hopefully we are all day long. If we're not focusing on it, the focus is what brings that focus right here. I'm like here. I'm not getting ready to leave. I'm not whatever happened later on today. I'm not remembering what happened yesterday or even this morning. I'm just here. And that's one of the things that is so amazing about the breath. So, with that said, let's get moving. So, how many of you have ever shot a bow and an arrow? Yes? Tell me, when you pull back the strings, what do you do with your other hand? I'm holding back.
Hold it on.
You hold it taut. Why?
You need that steadiness of.
Have you ever tried to pull back and not done it? It doesn't work. Right? It goes back. And guess what? The body works the same way. Okay? So we're going to kind of, that motion, we're going to find it in the body today. Yes. Okay? Does that make sense? Questions? You're like, I don't know how to, cool, grab a block. Okay? We're going to start right out. Actually, before we keep the block there, but let's just move. So, yeah. Let's just get our hips warm. So just kind of come in and out. If you want to pick one up and just do some hip circles. Don't know what you've done so far this morning. I already taught a class, so just nice and lubed up, right? Both legs. Use both legs. Okay, how about shoulders? Just finding this joy of moving, right? Go ahead and take ear to shoulder. Ooh, that is such a beautiful stretch. Turn your chin, keep that here. You'll just find the stretch all and go ahead and turn back up. So just going through that neck. Now we never, okay, you will often see people do this, okay? Don't ever pull. That neck is just way too tiny. But you can totally push head back into hand. So if you feel like that's what you'd like to do, you're welcome to do that, but you're pushing the head into the hand. The hand is just there. That's where you want it. Then go ahead and drop this other hand. You'll feel that all along the shoulder. If you lift the arm up, it'll actually radiate down through the arm. Go ahead and turn the palm up and back down. And you don't have to do that if you're like, no, I just want to sit here. Yeah. And then roll through that shoulder. Big as you can, right? Both directions. So I grew up with a dad. When we'd go walking, he'd have little tiny weights in his hand. And we'd walk like this. I'm dead serious. You think I'm joking. We'd kind of go, oh, God. And then we kind of realized what he was doing. Go ahead and take over to the other. Oh, yeah. And then turn the chin. So you get that whole back side of that muscle. So here, it's the exact same muscle, but when we roll it, we get a different, because it attaches more than one place. That's why it's called the sternocleidomastoid muscle. And then if you want here, bring the arm. But remember, we're pushing into the head. The head is pushing that way, into the hand. I said the wrong thing. And then palm up, palm down. So moving weirdly, I got over my embarrassment really quick, right? Go ahead and release, roll through that shoulder. Think about it. And you guys have noticed, as we get older, right? These guys tease me. They say, you're not older, Debbie. I am older than I was 20 years ago. But as we age, right? If we're not moving it, you lose it. We know that. Okay, do one more thing with me. Bring the hands out to the side. This right arm is going to come underneath. See if you can cross elbows and bring the hands up. Okay. Yeah, you might not be totally crossed. So I do want to have you feel a little of a push at the back of the hands going in. You might have the flexibility to kind of, but you might not either, okay? You guys,
That's the ghost.
that's the ghost. Okay, so you can just go here, right? If you can go here, but don't ever do this. That's just a real strain on the wrist. It's not worth it. Okay, then you're just gonna move the elbows up and down. Oh, yeah. Now move them up, and instead of moving the elbows down, see if you can pull the shoulders down. So up go the elbows, shoulders are pulling down. And then see if you can also bring the hands away from your face. That's such a great shoulder stretch. Tuck your chin. Take some deep breaths. And then gently bring the hands back in, drop the elbows down, release, and just shrug your shoulders up and down. Yeah. That gets right in between the shoulder blades. It's one of the best shoulder stretches there is. Come back out, other side. So left arm's down, coming over. Wrap it up. Stay here. You can go here, that's fine. Okay, you're just pushing this way. Okay. Yeah. And then just lift the elbows up and pull them down. And lift them up and pull them down. And then this time lift them up and pull the shoulder blades down. Yeah. Take them up, pull the shoulder blades down. One more, lift them up, pull the shoulder blades down, and then take the hands away. Yeah. And drop and release. Roll through those shoulders. Okay. How are we feeling? Let's do a little bit of cat-cow, warm up our backs. Cat-cow would be cow pose. We just have the body. We're sitting to do this. Often we do this on our hands and our knees. So you just open and close it. Open and close. Open and close. Here, tuck your chin. You're trying to just create the letter C with your back. Yeah, so you're pulling. Now remember that bow pulling the bow and arrow? Pull back like you're pulling the bow string back. What's going to come forward? Let the top of your head and your knees kind of reach forward while you pull back. And then come all the way up. Our body loves when we work that way, okay? One of the things that is, I know you've never heard this phrase before, opposition in all things, okay? Even in how the body works, it's pretty amazing what it has. We have oppositional muscles all the way through our body, okay? When I'm here contracted, this is expanding. When I'm here contracted, this is expanding. When I'm here contracting, this is expanding. I mean, you can go through the whole body this way, okay? So we're gonna go through the whole body and we're just gonna find this, okay? Grab your block. Take, okay? Doesn't matter which leg, okay? You can all do your right. You want to make sure if this block is too close, then that knee is too tight. So you want it out so that your knee can be at a right angle, okay? Now, you're gonna move this one out. These guys have done this before. This one's going the other way. I'd like you to just pull your knees away, okay? You can have this be still and have this be the bow. Pull the other side wide. Come up on your toe on the other side. We're just going for that expansion. Yeah. Then see if you can drop the heel. It's gonna change. You'll kind of go, oh, I want to go a little bit wider. Pull wide. Okay, now keep this one still. Go wide with this one. You're not going to you really don't move it, right? It's just that sensation of that pull. You can get that bow, that string all the way back here, and you're just keeping the tension on it before you release. That's what we're doing. Find that, and then release. Drop the foot, just notice the energy you've created in the leg. Take it to the other side. Okay, first one is this one going wide, okay? This one is anchored. This one is just moving. Feel it stretch. Feel just like there's energy going one direction. Nicely done. Nicely done. Come up on your toes. Yeah, with this foot on the ground. Yeah, you got it. Look at you go, sir. Somebody's been doing their exercises. Breathe. Now, wait a minute. Did we stop? Did we kind of go? Yeah, keep breathing. I'm sorry, I've got to have him change the heat in here. Are you guys hot? I'm roasting. Find that stretch. Now, drop the heel. Oh, yeah. And then feel this one and just feel, hey, it's so subtle. I feel like I've moved about an inch, but we look and we're like, no, you haven't. Yeah. So find that reach. Now with this leg, this one's going to be still. Stretch and then release. Okay. And come back in. So that's kind of the action we're going to try and find throughout the body today. Okay. So you all have one of these. Grab it, because these are wonderful for just this reason. I would like you to put it on the floor and step on it with one of your feet. Okay. Try to make it flat. It works more space. Okay. You don't have any stretch in it yet. So it's clear up past your knees and you're not. So I'm not reaching down here and pulling yet, okay? I'm just coming right to here. This arm and the same as the leg, I want you to just kind of wrap it up around the knee and just kind of hold it on the inside. Okay, we're working this side, right? So that hand, your left hand, Larry, is going to go up and around. Yeah, that. And then this one, your right one's going to move. Okay, you ready? All righty. We're just going to pull out to the side and then release. But as we release, you're going to hold it all the way back. Okay, pull it out to the side. Let the elbow go. Feel like you're pulling that bowstring. And then slowly release. Okay, that one's down on your leg. You're doing the right hand. There you go. Pull. Find that stretch. and then slowly release. So, release. Not only do we have this in the body, we have this, okay? So we want to find both of those, okay? Change legs. This one's coming up and over to anchor. This hand is just here. So, nope, yep. Go ahead and fold. Take the elbow out, find that bow, and then release all the way back down. Go ahead and find that pull, and release all the way back down. Find that pull, and release all the way back down. Beautifully done. Okay, so we're gonna find both of those things here. Out like that, not shoulder height, a little bit lower. Elbows are gonna bend, and they'll bend out to the side, okay? So, my elbows are there, I'm just pulling my hands to where it looks like I'm making a great big number 11. So I'm taking, see my elbows out, I'm just gonna take it and move to where my hands are even with my elbows. Does that make sense? So even a little more. Yes, perfect. Okay, and release. Now, the release isn't this. Okay, here we go, bend the elbow. Pull the hand out, bring the hand back. Inhale, pull the hand out, hold. Exhale, bring it back. Now, I want you to do one more thing. Okay, if you feel this happening, I want you to drop the shoulders down the back. And I'd like, if you can, okay, I wore a shirt that you guys could see if you could see the shoulder blades. I'd like for that stretch, that work to be happening in the shoulder blades. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'll just turn around. Okay, so here's my hands, here's my elbows. I'm pulling it out, and you feel the shoulder blades are pulling down, and then I'm gonna pull it in, and those shoulder blades are gonna come in. The elbows go out, the shoulder blades come in, out. So see if you can create that in your body. Okay, here we go. Bend the elbows, take it out, hold. The arms come in, but so do the shoulder blades. Just feel them hold together. Take it out, pull the shoulder blades together. Take it out, pull the shoulder blades together. Pull it out, pull the shoulder blades together. One more. Take it out, pull the shoulder blades together. Beautifully done. Roll through those shoulders. Can you feel those? Yes. 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 Good job. Okay. So tonight, tomorrow morning, and maybe the next day. That's something we haven't worked a lot. Okay. You're gonna do this. Come back in and show me. Arms are gonna cross, hands pulled together. Okay. Try to lift the elbow and pull the shoulder blade down, tuck your chin. Yeah, that's the stretch that we just worked. And then drop the elbows, and you gotta do both sides. Take it under, okay? There's a gentle push in, right? The elbows lift, the shoulder blades pull down, and tuck your chin. And release, okay? So that's the stretch. I'm trying to think if there's another way that you can even stretch that without doing that, and I don't know one. You could have somebody massage it. but I don't know another way to stretch that. So, okay, good stuff. All right, reach around. Shoulders love to roll forward. We roll them up and back. We bend our elbows. The elbows are going straight back, okay? Just hold on to your chair, okay? Now, the elbows aren't gonna go wide. I'm just gonna try and pull my shoulders wide. I'm gonna try and pull the shoulders wide. Release them. Pull them wide and back. Pull them wide and back. Pull them wide. The elbows are still pushing back. Find that stretch, right? There's that archer stretch and release and stretch and then drop the hands. Beautifully done. Go ahead and lift them up. Take them high. Goalpost the elbows, okay? We've done this before standing. We're gonna do it seated today. This time, our elbows, our forearms are in a door jamb. They're stuck in the door, okay? But this door happens to be moving that way. So they're pulling back, okay? Notice your head wants to do this. Try to keep it up. Yeah, beautifully done. Let the elbows, without moving, pull towards the waistline. So they're gonna pull here, but they're not gonna move. You're just gonna feel, that's the chest opener. Breathe, release. Pull through the door, release. Pull through the door, yes, release. One more, pull through the door. And then, anybody get tingling in their fingers going on? Yeah, just release. Beautifully done. Nice, how are we doing? We okay? Okay, let's do some seated sun salutations and then we'll stand. Stretch the arms up. The hinge is here. So go ahead and put your fingers, find your hip bone, take your fingers down to where there is a crease, and then squish your fingers between the bone and your leg. So you can feel the bone of the leg, you're just squishing the finger. That's where we want to hinge from, that's a hinge. Come back up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, just hinge. Inhale here, bringing the hands down. Exhale, that pull back. Find that stretch, tuck the chin. Inhale, uncurl. And exhale. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, take the hinge. Inhale, the hands are here. Exhale, pull back. Maybe there's that audible exhale right there. Inhale, you don't have to, but I love doing it. And exhale. Here we go again. Inhale up. Exhale, take that hinge. Inhale here. Exhale. Pull back. Inhale all the way up. And exhale. We got last one. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale here. Exhale, pull back. Inhale all the way up. And exhale. Good. So we started with big stuff. Go ahead and grab your racquetballs. We're going underneath the feet. Okay. I'd like you to find a place that's tender. And that might be easy. It might not be very hard. I find that most of my tender places are under the arch of the foot. Either at the front part of the arch or the back. But find a place, and maybe you're kind of going, I really don't feel anything. That's fine. But as you come forward, can you see my toes? I'd like you to stretch them, just like we do our hands. If your hands, stretching your hands help, stretch your hands, okay? But try to get them wide, okay? When I started yoga, I've got a hereditary thing going on in my family where this big toe goes underneath the next toe. So I've got a big knuckle here because it was starting. I have been working so hard to get it to not go in, okay? That's what causes bunions on your knuckles, is that compression. So find that stretch. You'll notice my other toes are doing it at the same time, okay? Now, go ahead and come back, put the heel down, the ball of the foot will be on the ball, and you're just gonna go side to side. See if you can see tendons kind of poke out because you're stretching wide and you're rolling across. You might see it get wider. It's just reduced blood flow, okay? When we come off the balls, the blood will go whoosh. And that's a really good thing if you are getting some numbness or neuropathy in your feet, if you've got diabetes or, you know, maybe just like pre-diabetes kind of thing, you notice anyway, if you've got any of those symptoms, this is so good for the feet. It's good for the feet all the time anyway, okay? 2012, I broke this 5th metatarsal. I've still got a knob. So I was working with someone, I've done these for years. And they're like, oh, you should use a golf ball underneath that foot. Can I tell you how painful that is? I've still got, 10 years later, some swelling underneath here that needs some scar tissue that needs to be broken out. So that's kind of what this helps do. Then put your ball of the foot down, toes, try to spread them wide, and you're just gonna bring the ball to the inner heel, right about there. And again, you're just gonna go back and forth. Now this one, because I'm barefoot all the time, I don't feel much there. Beautifully done. Now we're gonna work on our toes. This is their favorite. So 3 amigos. Big toe on one side, pinky toe on the other. Here's our 3 amigos on the ball. See if you can grip that. Yeah. See, big toe and the pinky toe would come down on the ground. You're like, it's not moving down. It's okay. It's okay. I'm noticing I can't see. I know, it's like, what the freak? And then you're gonna come up over, try and grab those balls, grip, stretch. You're gonna let the arch of the foot lift. It's just one of the, now, if you get a Charlie horse, come out, work through the Charlie horse, and then come back in. Find the amigos, and then back up and over, pointing the top of the foot. Now, I want you to think about that archer stretch that we've been working. Go ahead and come back down. Here on the archer stretch, as you try to find space on either side, right, with the 3 amigos, reach the heel down, reach the knee forward, and just kind of find that stretch. You're gonna feel it into the toes, then come back up and over. You're gonna move and then continue to find the arch of the foot, bone holding that way, right? So it's lifted, you really are. If I was just no ball underneath the foot and then just pointing, and just reaching, we lose a lot of flexion and extension in our ankle joints, okay? So then go ahead, lift your leg, move your ball to the other foot, if it's gonna roll away, and just do some things. We're gonna also work our quads here while we're up there. Reverse the other direction, okay? If you need to hold on, you can, but if you can hold it still and just make this muscle work all by itself, totally good. And then you're just gonna stretch, find that archer and reach it back in. Stretch and reach. Go ahead and stretch. Now, reach back as if you're resisting. Try to keep your toes spread. Stretch, reach it back. Stretch, reach it back, and relax. Shake out that leg. Beautifully done. Okay, second side. Find just a place that's maybe a little tight, maybe a little tender. Okay. Find that without stretching through the feet for a minute. Yeah, just notice, oh, there it is, right? And then you can kind of just stay. And maybe you don't find one. That's okay. You can just, you're pushing down on the ball. There is some pressure going down. Okay, on the outside of our foot, we have an arch. So there's an arch on the outside as well as on the inside. So when, I'm just gonna turn to the side, this just helps those on the camera when you're on it. Okay, we let this whole side of the foot collapse. Okay, I didn't even know there was an arch on that. After all the anatomy I've had, I didn't even know that. But when you plant and lift, you can actually get space underneath there. Okay, so find that. All right, now go for the stretch in your toes. Widen them. Now I can't do just, well, maybe I can. I can't do one foot. So maybe the other foot's doing it. I can't do it without my hands very often, and that's okay. Find the stretch. And then as you put the heel down and go across the ball of the foot, see if you can find the blood. You can see it go white, right? You're stretching. When's the last time you worked your foot?
With you.
I know, a couple weeks ago when we had class, right? So fabulous. And then come, put the ball of the foot down. This one, again, is not as sensational to me, but I know that a lot of times right here, right there, there's some pressure. There's some stuff that can really build up. So you're just finding that. All right, find your three amigos on this side. Big toe, pinky toe. Big toe, pinky toe. Are on either side of the ball. These three are here. Yeah. Then go ahead and lift this heel. That's squishing the toes. So the ball of my foot is staying down. My heel's lifting up. Then I'm going to try to push the heel down while I'm reaching the shin a little forward. And release. Come up. Here we go. Up and over the top. Find that bow, that arch bow pulling. Come back down. Again, come back up. Find that bow pulling pose. Go ahead and you can move the ball to the other foot. Keep it here. Lift it up. Find your ankle. Yeah. Now, didn't you just roll that leg?
Huh?
Didn't you just have the ball on that leg? You're lifting the other leg.
I've had this leg down, now I was doing this.
Oh, okay. And go both directions, right? Feel your thighs start to wiggle or start to burn. Wiggle. And then stretch it out. Push. There's the bow. It's reaching. And then pull it in. Push and pull it in. Push and pull it in. Push. Do your other leg. You did the same leg. Push and pull it in. Push and pull it in. Push. Not too intense. Now, go out and resist. Push it out, resist. That's getting our hamstrings. Push out, resist, and drop. Feel those legs. But notice the minute we don't need your balls anymore. The minute you just put them on underneath there, okay. And if they roll around, leave them. They'll just be in the room and we'll find them. Just pause for a minute. How does your body feel just sitting after that work? Right? I can feel my shoulders, they're warm. I can feel my legs, they've worked. This body is meant to move. And so often we do the same motions over and over. All right, we're standing up. Go ahead and come. You're just gonna come around to the back of your chair. I do it this way so that you can see it on camera, okay? So, reach it back and just find, bend your knees, find a stretch. You can find a stretch in your armpits. Do you need to move forward or you've got that door not closing. Okay. Yeah, make sure your chair stays on the mat. Yeah, just reach back. Go for the stretch in the back of the legs. Bend, stick your rear end back, maybe a stretch in your arms, maybe the head can come down in between. Oh, and then go ahead and round and wiggle. Walk your feet in a little bit if it helps. Okay, this is kind of, we call this barrel rolling with our rib cage, so it's looking like I'm going like this, right around. I'm trying to find that as I'm here. Okay, go ahead and pause. What I'd like you to do is just kind of go over to one side, stretch the other side. So this is what it's looking like. And then pull, and then can you feel that bow? Just like you're pulling the bowstring this way and the rest of the body. That's such a great stretch. And then come up and go the other direction. Hands can be here, right? You're just pulling gently. There's just like a steady this going that way. And then release. When's the last? That's just so important for all these little intrinsic muscles in our core, okay? So, standing up, if you get where you feel like you need something to hold on to, you're just holding on to the chair. I'm going to do it this way so that you can see. Okay, your hands can be here, they can be here, they can come up and over. You're just going to take a side bend. Okay, you can totally go up and over if you want, but you can keep it right here. Okay, so we're just side bending and come up. There's the inhale. The exhale takes us to the other side. If you don't want to put the arm up, you're totally fine on your hip. Inhale up and over to the other side. Inhale up and over to the other side. Inhale up and over to that side. I was thinking the other day, try to equal out how many sides and then come and stretch it long again and notice the difference. You've created more space between some ribs. So stretch and find that give. Yes. Beautifully done. Go to your full length. If you've got a long body, walk your feet out. Bend your knees because then your rear end can go further back. Yeah. Go ahead and walk up and take a peek. Walk up into your chair. So oftentimes, this is what I see when people go back, okay? I see this in their backs, okay? Can you see that round? That's not getting anything going on down here in the legs, but it is stretching out this, which is fine. But I'd like to see you walk the feet back, bend the knees, and reach back with the hips so that my body is getting the length. And then I'm also going to feel a stretch here on the hamstring. Okay, so try that again. Stretch it back. Beautifully done. Bend your knees. Don't hesitate to bend them to stick that rear end back. So I was in class one day, not in this class, but in a regular yoga class. And go ahead and walk back in. A guy couldn't get this. He just could not. And I said, how do I help? You know, it was just not happening where everything, his forward fold, everything was done with this kind of a back. And I said, hey, class, moon me. And I saw this. He knew what that meant. So that's what I'm asking you to do. Give it a try. So this is what we're going to do. In we go. We're going to reach the arms up. Okay, we're going to plant the one hand, we're going to go up and over. We haven't done these before. Come back up and go up and over the other side. Come back up, step back, bend the knees, and moon the person behind us. We're going to come up out of the moon, and we're going to come back into the moon. And then we're going to walk back in all the way up. We're going to add one more thing on. Hands are going to come to the waistline. Okay, if you want, you can totally have the hands facing down. Open enough to do that, but they can just be here. But I want you to feel your thumbs push down. They may not move, but we're going to create just the tiniest little back bend. So with our hands here, my thumbs pushing down, my shoulders pulling back, I'm going to open. Lifting your chin, lifting your chest. And then come back to center, okay? So we're adding on a few pieces to this. Inhale, up and over, there's the exhale. Inhale, come back up and over to the other side, exhale. Inhale, come back, step back, move the person behind you. Inhale, open or curl, bend the knees and move again. Inhale, walk the feet back in. Come with your hand, push the thumb down, inhale, open. And exhale, just release, hands back to the chair. Okay, we're gonna do 5 total, that's 1. Inhale, move up. Exhale, over. Inhale, up. Exhale, over. Inhale, up. Exhale, move. Unmove and move. Walk it in. Come up. Hands here. Take an exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, just release. There we go. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale. Move. Inhale, curl around. Exhale, move. Inhale, walk it in. Exhale, hands come here. Inhale, open. And exhale, release. 2 more. Nicely done. Inhale, up and over. Inhale, up and over. Inhale, back you go. Inhaling and exhaling. Audible exhales are fine. Inhale or exhale and move again. Walk it back in. Inhale and exhale. Hands come here. Inhale, lift. Now when you do this, will you just close your eyes and think, oh, I'm amazing, right? And then come down, because we're doing one of those power poses when we do that. Inhale up. Let's go to the other direction first. Oh no, what? Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Back to the moon. Reach. Go ahead and round through the spine and then reach with those sit bones. And then walk it back in and find yourself steady and then inhale. Amazing, right? And exhale. Beautifully done. Okay, so we haven't done a lot of this side bending stuff. So if you feel tight there, if you're low, anybody's low back bugging? Sweet. Because if you find that you need, that it's like, oh my gosh, I'm really, then tonight, this is what I want you to do. Come back and sit. Okay? So most times when you're sore, it means you've worked a muscle and you need to just stretch it. Okay? The best way to stretch these side muscles, okay, is by a side bend. If you'll grab a block, I'm going to turn to the side so that you can kind of see me. Okay, it was good to have you just part of the time, Joan. Did you think you were going to sneak out? Yeah, she's trying. Okay, you can just totally bring it here to the side. So it's just going to be on the side of your chair. Oh, I can probably show this okay here. Okay, you're over here, I'll go this way. Okay, and then you're just going to kind of try and go up and over. You'll find the stretch on the side. I like to push the block here because it stabilizes. Okay, if you want to do it this way, you can. You can totally just, an arm rest on the chair works, but you're just finding this here, just the stretch. So go both ways and just find, yeah. This helps me just kind of lengthen up and over, but you don't have to have it. You can totally. Now, the other thing is if you find your low back is bugging, okay, I will turn my chair for this one. If you find that your low back, because there's no way to do a side bend without engaging some of those low back muscles. So if you find that the low back is hurting, You're gonna put a block, a book, a ball back, and you're gonna push into the block. Doesn't that feel good? Isn't that just yummy? So there's nothing wrong with, we want our spine to be able to go back, but we also need it to be able to be upright. This is our best for our internal organs and our breathing. But if you put a block back there and just push into it, just right down there. Yeah, so you're pulling belly back. Yeah, you're just finding, you notice that my heels are up because I want to just really get into that. And think of that bow pulling pose. So if we were in a regular yoga class and we could get down and up and on the floor the way we do it like this. We do a child's pose, right? Where we come down. Look, I'm creating that stretch in my back. Okay? Our backs love that. It's fabulous. It feels good. It does feel good. It also is just supportive. You can totally, if sitting up straight is really difficult, and I just remember when I first started like meditating and stuff, you'd get in those poses and you'd sit up, and pretty soon this part of the back was so tight. So this, you just change. You can sit up straight. So now I've just moved it to where it's like this. It's a little bit wider, it's a little bit higher. And it just is like, oh, there's a little bit of support there. Because this is really to get that deep breath, to help the diaphragm be able to go down here like this all the time, okay? My inhale is limited, but what's limited is the diaphragm muscle. The diaphragm muscle, when we inhale, which way does it go? We inhale and we create, and it goes down, it compresses our adrenals, our kidneys, our liver. Yeah. So we exhale, when we inhale, it's pulling. But if we're bent over here, how does that ever happen? Go ahead and bend over. Try a deep breath. Try an exhale. Yeah. You can't get it. Yeah, you get half one, right? You just can't get that full extension, and that's, our body needs that. Okay, we're coming on the floor. I'm gonna turn the lights down. On your backs, the blanket is under your head, it's on your chair. And the ball goes away and it's totally fine. It's way dark on the computer. Let's see if I can brighten that up a little. There you go. Okay, so windshield wipers. Bend your knees, plant your feet, and you're just going to take on an inhale, they come up. On an exhale, they go one direction. On an inhale, they come up. It's your knees. They go the other direction. Yeah, so you're just doing that, and you're doing it with your breath. Okay, so I'm going to just come around and fix some blankets here. You're fine. This is going to feel a little better. Yeah, good. Nicely done. Go ahead, windshield wiper those knees. This is one of the very best things. You can do this in bed before you get out of bed in the mornings. This is one of the best things we can do with our body, is let the knees go one direction, come back up. Now, if you can, when the knees go one way, look the other way. And then I'd like you to think of that bow pulling So as my knees go one way, let them reach and let my head go the other way and find a little bit of stretch. Inhale up, exhale, pull that bowstring with your knees and your body. Inhale up, pull with the others. Inhale up, pull the bow, right? Beautifully done. We're going to go for just a moment more, and then we end class with what we call Shavasana, or Svanasana. It means dead corpse pose. So we're going to be very limp and very dead for a moment. And then bring this underneath your nose. Let you go. Okay, go ahead. Let release. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Go ahead and take your legs more. How's that feel? Yeah. So it's on under your knees. There we go. How's that feel? Release your back. Close your eyes. I'm coming. It's like a comfort. You take it. Yeah, that's my goal. Oh, there you go. Close those eyes. Find that breath. And then you don't even have to focus on the breath anymore. We really are looking for our whole body to just be able to make sure your prop is in a place that your back relaxes. Let everything go. When's the last time you took the time to let your body just be alive, be awake, but being totally supportive in all that it's doing? So I'll end the recordings here. Those of you here in class, go ahead and just stay. Find that breath. Let it go. Let it release.